All right, we are ready to film some green bean casserole, but I can't find Adam anywhere. I've looked all over the kitchen. I wonder if he's maybe in the fridge. No?
Hey.
Adam, what are you doing in there?
Just making sure it's cold. Okay, so we're gonna start off by making mushroom gravy. This is gonna be for the green bean casserole. Start with a little bit of truffle oil.
Yes, always.
Add that extra mushroom flavor. A little bit of butter. You guys, that smell is so good. Can you smell that?
It smells so good.
Okay, we add onions. Stir those around. Get them a little bit softened up. Add our garlic. And now we have a mixture of mushrooms. There's a little bit of hedgehog mushrooms, a little bit of chanterelles, and cremini mushrooms.
And you foraged those yourself, right?
Of course I did.
Yeah.
At the grocery store. And then we're just gonna saute those a little bit. Next step, now we're gonna add a little bit of flour. We're basically building a really quick roux. So a roux is used in traditional soups and sauce making. And what it is you're just cooking a little bit of flour with a little bit of fat. And what it does is thicken up the sauce. Okay, now we have it kind of cooked a little bit. I'm gonna add a tiny bit of salt. A little bit of pepper, tiny bit of soy sauce. Soy sauce helps bring out the flavor, the mushrooms. Then I'm gonna add our stock. This is mushroom stock. It can be vegetable stock, beef stock, chicken stock, whatever you like to put in there. I'm just gonna add a little bit of time, let the flour incorporate. And once it starts thickening up, I can add a little more if I need to. This will take about 3 or 4 minutes to thicken up after it starts to simmer. And then we'll let that simmer for a little bit longer, maybe 10 more minutes, and kind of get the roux cooked a little bit and a little bit of the mushrooms as well. Now I'm going to add a piece of charred rosemary. I just put this over the flame a little bit, get a little bit of char. Just adds a little bit of depth of flavor. Now we're going to finish with a little bit of cream. We'll let this cook for a little bit longer, for about 10 or 15 minutes until it thickens up. It really gets a little bit of that starch cooked out. You can see that it's like, it looks just like it's gravy, right?
Yeah.
And so this is exactly what we're looking for. We're basically, like I said, we're replacing the cream of mushroom soup in the traditional green bean casserole. We did our own fried onions. We blanched and chilled the green beans. Now let's put this together and put it in the oven.
Do we need to take the rosemary out, or does it stay?
Yeah, let's take it out.
Find
We're gonna bob for it.
Treasure hunt. Oh, geez.
There it is. All right, so we're gonna blanch and chill green beans.
Yes.
The reason we blanch and chill is that we want to keep all of the nutritional content and keep the vegetables nice and bright and vibrant.
Yeah.
And so doing this step will help when you're making the green bean casserole. You'll have the vegetables will be cooked a little bit, but they'll also stay really bright and green. So first we're gonna start with the green beans. We're just gonna snap off the little ends here.
Okay.
And so I already did that with all of these, and then they're gonna go into salted boiling water.
Okay.
Okay?
You snap them just with your fingers, that's the easiest way?
That's the easiest way.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so this is really hot salted boiling water. You wanna make sure it's at a rolling boil so the green beans are in there the less amount of time, so it keeps them nice and bright and green. And you don't wanna overcrowd your water either.
Okay.
Drop the green beans in. We'll let them cook for like 2 or 3 minutes. Then put them right into ice water. So while they're cooking, you wanna make sure that you have the ice water ready so that when you take them out of the water, they're ready to go right into the ice water. Okay, these are finished now. So they're a nice bright green color, and then we'll put them right into the ice water.
That was way quicker than I thought it would be.
Well, because we don't want to cook them too long, because then they'll get kind of mushy. We really just want them to be able to get them nice and bright green, and then be able to hold that color through the cooking process.
I have been murdering my green beans, turns out.
Well, I think that's like, a lot of people do that with green bean casserole.
Yeah.
They like them to be a little bit mushy, so it's really up to you. I like them al dente, like to the tooth,
For sure.
like a little bit crisp. We're gonna do French fried onions. These are the onions that go on top of a green bean casserole. They're quick and easy. Start with a little bit of flour, pepper, salt, tiny bit of paprika, a little bit of baking soda.
Does that help it hold, the flour hold on?
It kind of makes it a little bit lighter, so it kind of like pops up a little bit when we fry it. And behind me I have the oil going too, so that's about 350 degrees. Just pouring a little bit of buttermilk over top. These are just thin onions into the flour.
This is a step that I usually just don't do with the green bean casserole. I buy the onions? The onions.
So this is just like one more step to have a little bit better quality and
so
have
much
local
better.
stuff.
Yeah.
Now we drop them into 350 degree oil. Now this is approximate. We're just browning the onions up.
Beautiful. You try and make them so they're not touching or on top of each other?
Yeah. Just so we can get a nice even layer there.
Yep.
Okay, so these are all ready to go.
And you
nice
kind of
and
flipped
crispy.
them a little bit?
Yeah, I flipped them around a little bit. They
Yeah.
took about 3 or 4 minutes. And then we have nice crispy onions. All right, so we have our mushroom gravy here. With our chanterelles, hedgehog mushrooms, and creminis. We're gonna pour that over our blanch and chilled green beans.
Does it matter how long you chill them for, or you just let them cool down?
I just let them cool down,
Yeah.
And then we're gonna just give that a little stir.
Oh my gosh.
We'll put in a little bit of our fried onions into this. About half.
Wow.
And it already looks like pretty like classic green bean
Oh, it
casserole.
looks amazing.
It's just, I really want to stick with like that same idea.
Yeah.
Except for we're just making it a little bit better.
Zhuzh it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's dump that into our pan.
Perfect.
And then more crispy fried onions.
Always.
And like this is pretty quick too. Like once you get it into the oven, it's only take about 20 minutes or something like that.
Oh, nice.
Not very long at all.
That's the hardest thing about Thanksgiving or like big dinners is timing.
Like trying to time it all out.
It's
yeah,
impossible.
for
How
sure.
do you do it?
So basically, I just look for what thing takes the longest and start with that, and then
Yeah.
kind of work backwards.
Okay.
But it's like pre-planning, like making sure you have everything kind of set up and ready to go. That's why, like when we're doing these meal kits, we have them kind of prepped up, ready to go. We give you all the steps to get there, so then it only takes 7 or 8 minutes to get it into the oven, get it ready to go.
Love it. My kind of dinner.
Okay, now we're gonna put it into the oven. We'll let that bake at 350 for about 20 minutes. Our green bean casserole is finished. It's nice and golden brown. Everything's kind of incorporated together.
Wow.
Oh yeah, that looks delicious.
Yep, we got our forks. All right, we're gonna let this cool down. Don't forget to join us after the commercial break. We'll be joined by special guest Chris Kilda making dry brine turkey.